What is up, everybody, and welcome to a brand new ShawnSetGO video. And now with the holidays slowly settling in and us verging on into the New Year's, I thought I would bring you some Christmas cheer in the form of WoW in the best way that I can. And that is in a post that came up forward and a video going along with it. So going to be a little bit of a reaction. But before we jump into it, big thank you to everybody who's been understanding that I haven't been putting out videos in the past couple of days. I've had some in-laws in town and we've been traveling, doing the typical Christmas stuff with the family. So we're going to jump back into videos and start doing those again pretty soon as well. And maybe a YouTube stream, but let's jump into it. Let's talk about it a bit more. So the video that I saw was, I haven't watched it yet, but I saw that there's a video attached to it. It's from Garrosh TV. They have gone ahead and given away 20 million gold across 92 servers to spread holiday cheer. So there's an article in Icy Veins and you can see how like it describes it out individually. We're going to react to the video, but let's look at some of the comments here. It says, I knew spending Christmas with my family was a bad idea. So we've all missed out, I suppose. The fact that they gift wrapped him is wholesome. Absolutely. There was another guy, I don't remember his name, Pandaren on Wormbreath Accord, was doing the exact same thing, giving everyone mounts, pets, to Mog. Transmog. He said that he was completely broke after buying everything. Y'all just get free gold, yet I have to shake. Just shake. I have to do some things in Goldshire just for pennies. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm wondering, I'm curious about how they did this. Not only how they acquired the gold, but also how they distributed, like what was like their reasoning, like how did they do it exactly. But let's take a look.
In a time where greedy corporations try to make money with absolutely everything. A time where the holidays are only about the presents we get and not about what we have or what we give. In a time where we stop believing in miracles. Somebody has to stand up and make a change. And since nobody else is doing it, apparently it has to be me. In the last years, I've done some smaller holiday specials where I gave in-game presents to my community. I decided to take this a step further. I wanted to bring some joy to all the players I can reach. I already did this in the last 23 days with new videos on a daily basis for my viewers, but I wanted more, which is...
I gotta wonder how long it takes to farm this amount, but also like, if you're giving this much, you gotta wonder like, how done are they with like the game? Like they can afford anything they want, I guess, you know, from that point. Maybe they just don't, they don't find, you know, the joy from those things, I guess. And by the way, totally random pause, but you can see it right here. Ahead of the curve, 65k less. You can see people are boosting for gold in chat. Sorry, it's there.
I made myself a plan to farm a total of 20 million gold. I searched for every possible way to make some quick cash. I hosted time walking skip groups, I went mining, I bought tons of materials from the auction house, upgraded and sold them, and refining alone took me multiple hours.
It's crazy how much in an auction house that when it comes to crafting resources, since there are like, I gotta imagine some bottings in for it, like is the cause of it, but sometimes you can just put in just resources and how quickly that'll be bought up. It's almost insanely automated to this point. But you put like items that actually have worth, but are like BOEs, and it's you can sit
each time, which is why I mostly did it at night while I was sleeping. I ran old raids for BOEs, crafted mounts with different professions, and after multiple months of hard work in which I completely neglected the game itself, I actually did it and got myself 20 million gold. As well as a bunch of items I was not able to sell, with a total worth of another roughly 5 million. Now you might be wondering, what exactly is my plan here? Well, I have checked every single EU realm. There are 110 English ones, 87 German, 37 French, 11 Spanish, 20 Russian and 2 Italian realms, bringing us a total of 267 EU realms. These are the people I can reach. However, since many of these realms at some point were a bit underpopulated, over the last years Blizzard combined many of these, so...
I think this is for the best. A lot of people will probably disagree that when it comes to, I guess, how we should consider like what are like how should we consider a local very small server with a very tight-knit community versus having populated servers and the importance. A lot of people will debate that it doesn't matter. It's never mattered. Now that things are cross server, it's never mattered. But I think that this is one of the few universal W's in the WoW community. I think combining servers is absolutely crucial. I think small servers do nothing to add to the game. I think that in a very small microcosm of WoW, maybe it works, but I don't think that having servers not being combined, it just doesn't provide anything for anybody otherwise.
I want most of my presents to be something bigger. While farming items, I got multiple Blades of Henna, Night Blades, Tibu's Blazing Longswords, and others. Items that reach very high prices due to their rarity. Of course, I can't only give away items this expensive, otherwise even 20 million would be enough to give even one present to every realm. So instead I decided to give every realm at least 5 presents, adding up to roughly 43,000 gold per present and a bit over 200,000 per realm. Also, I knew that I would not have much time to give all of these presents away. The Feast of Wintervale event started on December the 19th, and not even 1 week later, this video had to be online. So I did not wait for the holiday event to start in-game, but instead I started about a week earlier. Also, I definitely had to do a lot of preparation before that. Additionally to every present, I also wanted to give a little letter, wishing them a good time and asking them to spread some joy to the world.
Happy Feast of Wintervale!
You have been chosen to be one of a few hundred people across all of Europe to get a present from me. Enjoy this gift, spend some time with your close ones, and make sure to help me spread some joy around the world. Regards and best wishes from YouTube. From GoWash TV.
Selfless plug. It's fine. It's all in the well.
That's me, by the way.
What a plug.
These letters I had to write myself in game. Roughly 500 letters I had to write and then send back to me. 500 letters. Do you have any idea how long that takes? Well, about 2 hours. Actually, not too bad. Then I wanted to take all the letters from the mailbox, and I really had to take every single letter by itself. No quick loot, I had to take all 500 piece by piece. And also I had to delete every mail one by one, because otherwise my mailbox would just fill up, preventing me from getting more than the first 100. Well, this took another hour, but we are done. And this is what 500 letters.
The real grind.
And now you can vaguely see how many
manually doing anything in WoW.
What have I gotten myself into? With all the letters prepared and the money in my bank, I bought roughly 500 wrapping papers, and I decided to buy it in 5 different colors for the 5 regions I'm gifting them to. Just for myself to have a better view on how many I have left to do for each region. Then I had to change my transmog a bit. Obviously, I still want to be recognizable, but I also want to look fitting to the holidays. Since the holiday hats were not available yet, I picked the ear warmers as well as this big 2-handed mace from the trading post. I mean, come on, it's perfect. Then I can't give them away. Yeah. Thank you, Bliss. Appreciate it.
Wait, hold
Damn
on.
letters, and now I can't give them. So... okay, good. So, I started giving away presents. And I sadly realized that you can't trade letters. For some reason, the trade just gets cancelled, which is kinda sad because I have spent multiple...
Blizzard is a multi-dollar game. it's a multi-dollar game, you guys. Side tangent. Random side tangent. I know this is coming out of nowhere. If you've been following the OnlyFans Classic WoW journey, the amount of add-ons that they have added in Curtailed, specifically for their guild self-found challenge, even if you dislike it, looking at it, it's like, why hasn't WoW put these things in the game? There's tons of features that they've added just as a group of people doing something for fun for streamers. And I know people are gonna be like, oh, streamers, who cares? But like, they added stuff. It's like, I would want that in game, not just as a content creator, as a player of the game. But we can't trade letters, guys. Can't trade letters. Too complex, guys.
hours on these damn letters, and now I can't give them away.
That's too bad.
Yeah, thank you, Bliss. Appreciate it. Anyways, I wanted every player to get a somewhat personalized present. There's a website, Simple Armory, where you can look up players and see which mounts and other collectibles they already have and which one they don't. This way, I could make sure that not a single player would get a present that is of no use. I bought some items that I could give away, picked players, checked if they could still need some of these items, and then I gave them a fitting present. Also, sadly,
so much
items cannot be wrapped.
forethought.
So some of these presents I bought had to go without wrapping papers. which heavily takes away from the surprise, but I have a bunch of big birds sitting in my mailbox now and I kinda need to get rid of them. But enough talk, let us spread some joy.
Happy Feast of Wintervale! Happy Feast of Wintervale!
This has got to be so time consuming. Can you imagine the people like absolutely hawking the auction house, just watching this everything? It's like, what is happening? It's like, guys, sell. Someone had a field day, you know, some mount farmer.
Happy Feast of Wintervale! Happy Feast of Wintervale!
Wait, does this help or hurt the economy? Does it make it better or worse? I actually don't know. Actually, I'm not aware. It's so many people. Day
Let me show you
3.
footage of another 10 hours. No? Okay, fine. I want to be honest with you guys. I could totally show you footage of another 10 hours of me giving away
10
presents to randoms,
hours.
but I think this gets boring pretty fast, so
Boy, oh
I had
boy.
another idea. I just go to Donegal and shout, the first 5 people who trade me get 50,000 gold. And then we see
Can you spam report?
what happens. Okay, not gonna lie, that was pretty fun, but it was not as cool as actual presents. I mean, it's like in real life. If you actually get a nice surprise that you can really use and did not expect, it just feels better than if somebody would just give you some cash.
I think the only way this could be like done, I guess, more efficiently is I think since guilds are both cross faction, cross server, maybe you could basically, hey, create a guild, invite people, and then do it that way. You know, like then just do like a big guilds sort of white elephant in that kind of way, but it might take too much legwork, especially if you're not super well known.
The money would go on the usual stuff anyways, and in the end you would not really get anything great from it. In most cases. You know it's true. So I went back to gifting presents, and I did that for quite a while. On day 3 I was able to finish all the German worms, and one of the more interesting things that happened was this. I gave someone a sky golem, and he whispered me saying that it's his birthday, and the golem came really unexpected but highly appreciated. And what should I say? It's his birthday, so I decided to give him 4 other mounts as well. Also, now that I'm looking at the footage, apparently I gave him the same mount twice. I intended to give him the green one instead, but apparently I made a little mistake. I hope he finds another way to use it. With the German worms finished, I only have 29 worms left. That's something that I might be able to do in one day. Also, I have spent my first 10 million gold by now. I am not really sure how I can spend another 10 on only 29 worms, but I think I have an idea
3
for
days
whatever we
to spend
made.
half.
On day number 4, I was a bit exhausted from all this, but I need to do at least something. Again, I filled up my pockets with the finest mounts I could get my hands on, and my goal for the day was to at least get
I would say there's some farmer out there just like you wouldn't believe what happened.
the French servers done. Since I speak no French, I have no idea what these responses meant or how to respond. Merci, I guess? I think this one asked me if I am sure I wanted to give him such an expensive mount. Oui?
I feel like there's got to be an add-on for a translator, but it is kind of sad that they don't have like just a simple translation in game.
Not even sure if it's written correctly, but at the end of the day I was able to get the French servers behind me with no problem. Only Spanish, Russian and Italian left. And that's a total of 17 combined servers, so this is really no problem. So on day number 5, one last time.
I'm really surprised that, I mean, since he's legitimately giving stuff away, like, I guess this, like, I'm really surprised nothing was, like, honestly, I will say it, rare W for Blizzard, that someone doing something genuine, buying up a lot of things in auction house, spending a lot of money, doing a lot of trades, 0 flags. Maybe he's whitelisted because he's done this before in the past, but honestly, solid W, Blizzard. Good job.
I filled my pockets. 85 more mounts to give away, and then every server has gotten 5 presents. The Spanish and Italian servers were no problem. The Russian servers, they were so much more complicated than I expected. First of all, you can't simply join the server. For some reason you have to change your language in the game settings. I did that, but then the game had to make updates to load it all in, which took about half an hour. Then the next problem was, I could not enter the names of the Russian servers to a simple armory. Then I had the idea that maybe the names are just not written in Karelian, so I Google translated the server names and yeah, that's it. So next I translated all the server names, so I have it easier to find all the players on simple armory, which sometimes was easy and sometimes not.
Are you sure? Are you sure you want to join this server?
Not so much. I mean, I can conclude that Pirate Bay is Booty Bay and that Ash Forest is Ashenvale, but getting from Dragon Sea to Fordragon, that was tricky. But I translated them all and technically was ready to go. However, since the Karelian alphabet is so strange to me, it took much longer to find the right servers, and many times the people just flew off before I could check them. For this, I needed a clear mind, so I decided to finish it off the next day instead. Day number 6 was December the 8th.
Russia made it take a whole extra day.
It was patch day. The Siren Isles have just launched, which means 2 things. First, no
Means everyone's going to be there for at least an hour and then they'll never go there again.
weapon decided to sit differently on my back, which I kinda enjoy. And second, more importantly, Donegal was pretty empty. Like, really empty. But I had a mission and I won't stop now. It took longer than usually, but I was able to do it. Another problem with the Russian realms, I can't even remotely decipher what.
Which is kind of sad. I mean, like, they really didn't do anything to make... Did they do anything to make Donegal, like, Christmas themed? Because they're like, I don't know. I don't know.
These guys are saying, or respond in any way. But obviously, I have a solution for that. And here we are. 6 days after I started this whole thing, I am giving away the last present. 460 presents a total, 5 per server, and I still have almost 2 million gold left. And I know exactly what I will do with that. A little surprise for my girlfriend, since she helped me a lot with the whole server hopping.
Yes, everything comes around to the beginning now. It's to the store. This was all a big advertisement for the Gilded Brutosaur. We knew it!
Now, if you paid attention, you might remember that I still had a lot of items in my bank. Most of the mounts and some of the transmogs I already gifted away. But most items are still there. I opened a thread on my Discord channel and gave these items to my community. They could call dibs on whatever they wanted and I gave it to them. And yeah, this is where the video was supposed to end. But then one day I talked with a friend from work about my holiday special, and I'm not only talking about this whole 20 million gold thing, but about all the videos I published in the last weeks. And he said something like, I bet you will make a lot of money with that. And I mean, yeah, I already got more revenue from YouTube this month than any other month before, and I only have the data of about half of it at this point. So he's definitely right about that, but I'm not doing this for the money. This whole holiday special was meant to spread some joy and give something back to the community. The community of my channel and of the game that has been a big part of my life for about 20 years now. Then, one day, I watched the Netflix documentary The Remarkable Life of Evelyn. Most of you know what this is about, but for those who have no idea, let me summarize it real quick. Mats Steen was a boy who lived in Norway and was born with a muscular disease called Duchenne muscular dystrophy. Since he was bound to a wheelchair, he had trouble socializing with other children and instead played many video games, since that was one thing he was able to do. Then, at some point, he started playing WoW and found real friends there and made a big impact.
I think this story always, like, even after watching this like months ago now, I think it always hits home because even if you don't have a disability, I think we all relate to not necessarily being the best social people in the world, you know, or growing up with this game. And so, you know, take somebody who has the most to overcome in this, and I think it closely represents a lot of us. A lot of us can relate to it in some way or fashion. We're not all ERPers. We don't all ERP, but you know, or we don't all RP. But it's absolutely a heart-wrenching tale.
Impact on many players' lives, while his parents had no idea of his second life inside of the game. Many years later, when the day came that he died, his parents decided to inform his guild about his demise, and they were surprised about the responses they got. Countless messages of friends and loved ones. Some of them even flew over to Norway for his funeral. As I said, Netflix made a documentary about the whole thing if you are interested. Blizzard heard about the whole thing and recreated his tombstone on the island east of Goldshire. I have spent some evenings over there on the original server Mats played on, and even briefly talked with some of his guildmates. Blizzard also added the weapon pack to the in-game shop. This comes with a pet and a backpack, both inspired by some of Mats' adventures. This pack costs 20 euros, and all the money goes to Cure Duchenne, a non-profit organization that's fighting the same disease Mats Evelynstein suffered from. So, why am I telling you all this? Because after watching the documentary, I decided to spend all the money I made with YouTube in this month on weapon packs, which I will give to my community, to actually do something great with all that. You can join my Discord server, link in the description.
Perfectly fine cause. I think that's totally fine. I'm gonna be negative, but this whole pack thing, I think if you're doing it as like an individual person, contributing to something is like, it feels like you're contributing to something bigger because everyone else is doing it. So it's like funneling towards a cause. You know, if you're thinking I don't want to donate versus you're gonna donate, then it's okay, it's a net positive. You know, something's gonna come out of it. However, I get that 100% of the purchase is dedicated towards the thing. It feels disingenuous when it's like when it's saying basically like, hey, we're not contributing more because of this. We're simply contributing all of your donation towards this. So I mean, like, I guess if they show, someone could show, be like, hey, they're matching donations, or like, or how much they contributed is an excessive amount. Otherwise, it just feels like McDonald's. You know, when you throw your change in a thing, like you're paying for, like you're creating tax write-offs for this business. You're creating that donation for them, and it feels kind of weird. So it's like, so in my opinion, if you're gonna make a hefty donation, if you're gonna go beyond at least the 20 whatever it is it costs, to me, just go straight. You know, go straight to the support Cure Duchenne's. Don't get the thing, in my opinion. So I know it's a weird, like, it just feels weird. It doesn't feel right whenever I see that kind of stuff. And it feels kind of, even though they're donating 100%, it just feels like I'm just paying for the donation. That's why I'm like, I don't know. But bygones be bygones. Anyways, like I said, great video by Garrosh TV. Amazing videos. Like, it's been doing this for some time as well. Has videos going way back, guides and things like that. So great videos from them. So give them a like, subscribe to their page. But fantastic video, and just kind of spreading a little bit of cheer in game. And you gotta love it. You know, it's something that the community, it's driven by the community, and it shows that the community still exists. You know, there's people still there trying to make a difference in the community, and doing what we can. So I hope my videos have been that, something like that for you guys. You know, so something to create discussion, something to, you know, be just a thought in the sea of thoughts about WoW. But until next time, I'll catch you in the next one, and maybe in the new year. Peace.